Hey, how are ya? How's it going? Welcome to this video. I'm sure you can tell from the title that I have decided to take on a pretty intense project. I am reading all of Cassandra Clare's books. I don't know why I've suddenly decided to do this right now, but we're just gonna give it a try. I feel like everyone has read these books already. I feel kind of left out. I think the best thing to do is to just jump in, marathon everything she's ever written, basically. Everything she's ever published, at least. I'm not going to go into her fan fiction archives. My background on this series, I've seen the movie, I've seen a couple episodes of the TV series. They're both kind of blah. I read the first book, but that was probably 8 years ago. So I have a bit of catching up to do. I read like a Wikipedia summary of the first book to refresh my memory. And now I'm on to the second book already, which is City of Ashes, right here. I'm already about halfway through. Yeah, so far I'm enjoying the story, but I find that Cassandra Clare's writing is not very good. I'm sure it will improve as her experience as a writer develops, as the series goes on, but for now, that's my biggest obstacle, is the writing is bad. I am going to be reading all of the books in publication order. I found a list online, I printed it off, I'm going to check them off as I go. For now, I'm going to keep reading City of Ashes. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed by this challenge, but I love a challenge. And I'm hoping I can get through it kind of quickly. I'm not stuck reading these books for like months. But we'll see how it goes. But I'm going to record my reactions as I go, because I know nothing that happens in this series or any of these series, like the spin-off stuff or anything. So I'm excited to see how it goes, because it's a beloved franchise. Anyway, I'm going to get back to reading. I'll check in with you. I don't know how often I'll check in, at least once per book. But I'm going to try to get through them quickly. All right. All right, so it's the next day. I just finished City of Ashes. I didn't like it. It wasn't very good, I don't think. It was fine. It was a fine story. I feel like not very much happened. Like, that book could have been half the length it was. I feel like I could have written everything that happened in this book in like a 45-minute recap. I don't know. I'm really hoping that Cassandra Clare's writing gets better. The metaphors that she uses are so forced. There's a couple things that just like kept repeating for no reason. Like, characters would constantly be like, so-and-so tasted metal. The taste of metal in their mouth. Like, why is everyone tasting metal? I don't understand. The incest of it all, we'll see what happens with that as the series goes on. Yeah, I found the conflict with like the Grand Inquisitor and Jace not very believable. Like, it all relied on the Inquisitor not believing Jace's story, but it didn't make sense. There was no reason not to believe Jace. I'm sure the series will get better, because if it stayed that quality, I don't think this would be a popular book series. But we'll see as it goes on. I want to start reading the third one right away, but I ordered it online and it hasn't got here yet. So I'm going to look and see if I can borrow the ebook from my library, and then I can read it right away. If not, then I guess I'll read something else until my package shows up. But it's Friday night now, so it'll be at least Monday, but probably later than that when it gets here. That's my update. I'll check back in once I figure out if I'm reading the next one. Hey, so it's Monday. Just checking in. My hold on the library ebook for City of Glass just ran out, I guess. My hold became available. That's what happened. So I've downloaded the ebook onto my Kobo, But then I got a notification that a package had arrived. So I'm excited, but also it's not the right one. It's not the right package. I did get the box set of the Infernal Devices series, so I will be reading those soon as part of this series. But yeah, the actual next book I need to read still isn't here, but I am lucky I have the library ebook. I've been reading a different book, Know My Name by Chanel Miller, which is a bit heavier, so I'm excited now that I can kind of do that one in tandem with City of Glass now that I have the library ebook. Yeah, I was really hoping to read the physical one. I think it might arrive tomorrow or the next day, so I'll at least start it on the Kobo and then we'll see what happens. Anyway, that's my update now. I guess I'm going to start reading it and I'll check in a bit. Alright, so time for a little update. I am about halfway through City of Glass now, and I'm really enjoying it. I think it's definitely my favorite one so far. I know technically I've only read one besides the first one that I read years ago, but I really like that this is in a new setting. The adventure is much more exciting. I find Cassandra Clare's writing has gotten so much better already. I'm not noticing the same sorts of things I was noticing in book 2. And yeah, I'm really excited to see where the story goes. I am at the point now, I guess we'll just have spoilers in this whole video because whatever. But I'm at the point now where they just broke Simon out of the jail or prison cell, whatever it is he was in, the basement. The city's on fire, everything's exciting. So I'm going to get back to reading as soon as I can because I need to find out what happens next. But yeah, that is where I am. Clary is friggin' annoying. Everything is really her fault and she just won't admit it. Jace is also very whiny. But I'm still enjoying myself, even though those characters are annoying. I'm really hoping that there's going to be some sort of twist about their parents because the incest is real. There's so much lusting between the two of them, and they made out, and then they're still like pining over each other. Like, please let them not actually be siblings so they can just be together. And then I don't need to hear about them being conflicted anymore. Anyway, that's my update. I will check in with you in a bit. So I'm officially done the first trilogy. I am still not sure how I'm feeling about the whole thing. I definitely liked City of Glass the best of the first 3 books. I thought that Cassandra Clare's writing got better. The story was a bit more interesting. There was a lot more world building. And I think there's a lot of potential for where this franchise can go because there's so many like corners and paths that she can take these things. So I'm really excited now to get into spin-off series, or I don't know if it's a spin-off series or just another part of the series. I'm doing Clockwork Angel next. Haven't started it yet. I'm excited. My packages still haven't got here. It's Friday now, and I don't think they're going to get here today. I think it'll be next week, which is really depressing. So I'm going to place a hold at the library for the next Morning Instruments book, and I'm hopefully going to get through all of this in like 2 days. I want to read a lot more this weekend. It's the last weekend of February. I'm not really doing much, I don't think, this weekend. So I will be reading a lot and getting my month-end numbers up. But yeah, City of Glass I thought was really good. I loved the different setting. I liked the development of the characters. I am so glad that frickin' Clary and Jace are not actually siblings and they can just be together now. And I don't need to read about them complaining about how they can't be together anymore. So I'm excited to see kind of the next trilogy of their story and see where that goes. But I'm also excited to get into this new timeline with Clockwork Angel. So I will check in once I've read a bit of Clockwork Angel and let you know what I think. It's been a few days, but yesterday I finished Clockwork Angel, and I think it was my favorite one so far of this challenge. I really liked the 1800s England setting. I found the characters more interesting than the Mortal Instruments characters, at least so far. So I'm really excited to keep reading the prequel trilogy. I think the conflict is a bit more interesting with Tessa and her brother and whatever's going on between Will and Jem. I'm excited to learn more about all these characters, and I think it's going to be really fun. So, to be honest, I've been slowing down a little bit, but I'm really excited to get back into it. The next one I have is City of Fallen Angels, which is the first book of the second trilogy of the Mortal Instruments, or book 4. People call it both things. But I'm really excited for this. I ordered some more books well ahead of time now, so I shouldn't be waiting for them anymore, because I still have 5 books to read, I think, before there's one that I don't have yet. And the next 4 after that I need to read are already in the mail. So I should have everything on time now. But yeah, that's my update. I'm going to get back to reading. I've been reading Clara and the Sun, which is a book I was really excited about. It's finally out now, so that has been in the way, but I started it last night, and I'm definitely going to be finished it today. It's a pretty quick one. So I will be back to Cassandra Clare's world probably later tonight. So I'll check in once I've read a bit. All right, see ya. All right, so I just finished the first chapter of City of Fallen Angels, and I'm super excited. Camille is here. I wasn't expecting someone from the other prequel trilogy to show up so quickly, but here we are, and I'm excited to see what this story is. It seems going to be very vampire heavy, which I'm really enjoying that aspect of the series, so I'm excited for more of that. Yeah, I'm going to keep reading, but I've only read the first chapter, but so far, so good. Really enjoying it. Can't wait to see where it goes. I think I'm going to take a little break from reading, though. I've been watching the new Nancy Drew series on the CW. It's actually really good. I've been really enjoying it. I'm almost done the first season. And it's a really good mystery, so I'm excited to see what happens in that, too. It's very supernatural-ish. There's ghosts and demons and stuff in that series, too. So it's really fun. And speaking of the series, I'm not sure if I'm going to watch the Shadowhunters series yet. Maybe that'll be a different video later. I'm also starting to wonder how long this video is going to be, because there's a lot of books left for me to read, so it might need to be in parts. So yeah, we'll see. I'm going to, at some point this weekend, it's Friday now, I'm going to import all the footage, see how much there is, and then make a decision. Maybe when I'm done all of the Mortal Instruments books, that'll be the end of part 1, and then the next few series will be part 2. But we'll see. Obviously, you'll know by now. If you're watching the video, you'll know if it's all of it or part of it. But it's a fun mystery for me right now. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna get back to watching TV. Hey, so it's been a couple days. I forgot to update after I finished City of Fallen Angels, but I'm done it now. And it's been a few days and I'm already into the next book. But I just wanted to hop on, give my little review. I think it was really good. It was a lot of fun. It was a really good self-contained story, I found. I really liked Simon's growth in this story. It was weird to me that Isabel was the character on the cover, but whatever. It was definitely Simon's story. Clary and Jace were barely in it, and I can't stand Jace still. There's only 2 books left with Jace in them, so I don't think I'm ever going to like him, but we'll see. Clary's also kind of annoying. I'm really here for Simon and for Magnus. But yeah, that's my little mini review, my update of where I am. I think when I get to the end of a series, I'll go a bit more in depth. But yeah, that's the end of that book. I'm moving on now to, oh, it's under here, Clockwork Prince. And I'm excited to get to this one. I'm like 2 or 3 chapters in now. So far, nothing much has happened, but I'm really loving these characters, so I'm really excited to be back with them. What else is going on? Earlier today, I went to the thrift store and bought a bunch of books, so I think I'm going to do a little mini haul for you right now. Some of these are a bit ambitious, but we'll see. The number one thing I wanted was a copy of The Count of Monte Cristo. So I got this copy here. I was really hoping to find an abridged one. This is a thick boy, so it's not abridged, but that's okay. I'm still going to give it a try eventually. So I also made the mistake of last night watching a YouTube video called Why Everyone Should Read War and Peace. And then I saw a copy of War and Peace, so I had to get it. I don't know if I'm actually ever going to read this, but I have it now. We're going to try. Whoever had this book before me didn't make it very far, so my main goal is just to get a bit further than them. I also got a copy of When We Were Orphans by Kazuo Ishiguro. He wrote Remains of the Day, Never Let Me Go, and Clara and the Sun, which I loved. I just read that. So I'm excited to read this by him. I got Freedom by Jonathan Franzen. This book has a lot of buzz, so I'm kind of excited to read it, see what all of the hype is about. It's really hard to find a new copy. I was looking for a while, so I was excited to find this used one. I got Little Women, which I've never read, but I've seen, I think, most of the movie versions that are out there, so I'm excited to read the actual book. I found this beautiful copy of A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I read this book when I was probably 13, and I'm really excited to read it again and see it from an adult perspective. I got Why I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings by Maya Angelou. I've never read this one either, but a lot of people read it in school, so I feel like it's one that just everyone should read. And then I got Sex and the City. My boyfriend and I just watched the whole series, so I'm interested to see the book that it's all based on. This was like $1, so why not, right? And I also got Homo Deus. I have Homo Sapiens, or just Sapiens? Yeah, Sapiens on my shelf right here. I haven't read it yet, but I'm excited to, and then I'm going to read this one right after. I got this for my dad for Christmas a couple years ago. He said it was really good. So now I have my own copy to read. Anyway, that's my little mini haul, and I'm going to get back to work. It's the middle of my work day, and after that I'll get back to reading Clockwork Prince. When I have some more thoughts, I will give you an update. Hey guys, just checking in. It's been a couple days, and yesterday I finished Clockwork Prince. I really liked it. I think that the Infernal Devices trilogy, I like it a lot better than the Mortal Instruments. I find the characters so much more interesting. I find the story and the mystery more enticing. And I just think it's a lot more fun than Mortal Instruments. Mortal Instruments are really fun too. But I have started City of Lost Souls now. Let's see. I have it right here. I'm only like 50 pages in or something. So still getting started. I like that this one picks up right where the last one left off. Jace is starting to be a bit more interesting in this one because he's like on the bad side now or whatever. So I'm excited to learn more about that, see where that plotline goes. This is the second last one of this series, which is weird, but exciting. So I'm almost done the first one. Well, actually, I'll finish Infernal Devices first, because after I'm finished this one, I'll do Clockwork Princess, I think it is. And then that series is done. I'm really excited to get into more of the other series. I'm ready to change things up a bit, and I hope that the other ones are a bit more different. Here's my bookshelf with all the Mortal Instruments or Cassandra Clare books so far. That's starting to grow. I'm hoping that there's going to be enough room on the shelf for all of them, because here's my queue of the ones I haven't read yet. I still need to buy, I think, 3 or 4 more, but I have most of them. But yeah, I'm excited to whittle this down a bit more. I know I still have quite a ways to go on this challenge, but I am starting to think about what other series I might do this similar kind of challenge for. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. Alright, coming in with an update. I just minutes ago finished City of Lost Souls, and oh my god, this is definitely my favorite one of the Mortal Instruments so far. I really liked how all of the characters kind of broke out into their own adventures and own storylines. There was so much going on, so much action, so much intrigue, and the 4 or 5 different plot lines really made the story move quick and made me want to keep reading so much. So I really liked it, and there's only one left of the Mortal Instruments. I can't wait to see how it ends. Everyone I know who's read it said that the ending is good, so I have faith. I'm excited to read it. And before I finish the Mortal Instruments, I need to finish the Infernal Devices. So Clockwork Princess is next on my list in publication order. I'm a bit conflicted right now about what I'm going to read after this, because I have the Bane Chronicles, which technically the book was published after City of Heavenly Fire, but the short stories individually in the book came out before, so I'm not sure when I should read it. I could go and look and see exactly when each short story was published, but that seems like too much work. Right now, I'm leaning towards reading it before City of Heavenly Fire, just because if I read it after, then I'll have 2 short story books to read in a row, and that might get a little exhausting. But we'll see. I'm really excited to get to City of Heavenly Fire, so I might just wait and dive right into the last book of the series. But yeah, I'm excited and also kind of sad that this trilogy is ending. I really like the Infernal Devices. I think I like it a lot more than the Mortal Instruments series. But all good things must come to an end, and I know that the story continues in a later trilogy, so it'll be okay. I'll survive. I hope all the characters are okay at the end. Don't break my heart, Cassandra Clare. But yeah, that's it. That's my update for now. I will check back in probably real soon with the next update, because I'm going to read through this real quick. I can't wait to see what happens. All right. I am done Clockwork Princess, which means I'm done the Infernal Devices series, which is really exciting. So my thoughts... I'm really not sure. I think overall I found this book kind of boring compared to the first 2, but I still love this series, and I love this series even more than the original series, The Mortal Instruments. That being said, I loved the ending, the epilogue, the 2008 timeline that we saw. I love that Cassandra Clare found a way for this love triangle to end with both options being possible. I thought it was really cool. I can't super remember already what Jem/Brother Zachariah's story was in The Mortal Instruments, so I need to do a quick little recap, I think. But other than that, yeah, I really liked this trilogy overall. I thought it was so creative, so fun. I'm really excited to see what the next few trilogies have in store. So right now, I've moved on. I decided to read the Bane Chronicles next. But I've read the first short story already, What Happened in Peru, and I'm bored. I'm too excited to get to the end of the Mortal Instruments that I don't know if this was the right choice to read. I'm not sure how much information there is in here that I need to know. So I'm kind of considering just skipping it completely. I might look up like a summary, a little recap to see what I'm missing and just go right into the next book. I'm not sure. I'm going to give it another day. I'm going to read probably 2 or 3 more of the stories and then decide if I want to stick with it. I really love Maureen Johnson, so I'm excited to read her story. That's the next one I have to read. Well, one of hers. I think she has a bunch. Unrelated news. I've just started reorganizing my bookshelves and it's a horrible mess. I made a terrible mistake. Things aren't fitting where I want them to, so I'm eventually going to film a whole bookshelf tour, I think. But for now, I need to get the bookshelves organized first. That's my headache right now. Sorry about the sirens in the background if you can hear that. But yeah, that's my check-in for now. I still haven't added up all these clips together to see how long this video is going to be. I think it's going to be pretty long, judging by I can see right now how much space is left on the memory card, and I'd say there's probably a lot of footage on here. The first story of the Bane Chronicles, I thought it was fun, but I'm too excited to get back into the main series, so I might save this for later, but I'm going to give it another day to decide. That's my update. I guess I should also say that the reason this challenge is taking so long, I'm trying to read another book in between each Shadowhunters book. So right now I'm working slowly on Emma by Jane Austen. I've only made a little bit of progress. I've been picking at it for a while, but I'm also have been actually reading a few contemporaries in between. So the next one that I'm reading is this one here, Everything You Ever Wanted by Louisa Salma. This was the pick for the Between Two Books book club on Instagram. It looks really interesting. It's about kind of a new society starting in space on a different planet. So maybe on a space station, something like that. Someone goes to space. It's pretty short. I think I can get through this one pretty quickly too. But that's keeping me distracted in between Shadowhunters books. But I find I get really sucked into the Shadowhunters books. They're so easy to read, and once you hit like 150 pages in them, you just want to finish the book. And it's not that hard to finish the book in a night or two once you get really into it. So that's my struggle right now, is I'm trying not to get too far ahead in Shadowhunters books versus all the other books I want to read at the same time. Yay! All right, so here's the deal. I have abandoned the Bane Chronicles. I know. Don't hate me. But here's the deal. I read the first 2 or 3 of them, and I was bored. And I was really freaking excited to get to City of Heavenly Fire. So I found a website online that kind of gave a summary of all of the short stories and said, here are the important ones. Here's what you need to read. And the gist I got online is that the Bane Chronicles is the most boring of the short story collections. So I feel like I'm not actually missing that much. The website I read said that you need to read The Midnight Air. So I skipped ahead and I read that one, and I really liked it. I liked seeing Tess again, seeing Will again, and meeting their son James, which I'm pretty sure that's what the latest like Chain of Gold, Chain of Iron series focuses on. So that's a nice setup, even though I'm still a ways out from getting there. But yeah, I'm probably going to follow that guide for the rest of the short story collections too. I kind of skimmed ahead and it looked like they recommended there's a bit more in the future collections that to read. Like this one only said there's only the one that you really need to read, but there's more for the next one. So I'm probably going to follow that guide because I'm too excited to get to the main series. So I've already started City of Heavenly Fire now. I'm like 2 chapters in. I love it. I'm really excited. We're hitting the action right off the bat. I like that we're introduced to Emma in the prologue, which I'm pretty sure Emma is the main character of the next trilogy. So I'm glad that we have that integration, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I already was kind of spoiled. I know that some characters from the Infernal devices might show up. I don't know the details of all that, though, so I'm excited to see what happens. But yeah, I'm just excited to get into it. This is a exciting day. I'm on the last one of the biggest series, so we're making progress. Anyway, other than that, it's Friday today. I have a bit of work to do, but then I'm going to read a lot, I think, this afternoon, this evening. So that's my update. I'm going to try to update a bit more while I'm reading, not just at the end of each book. I think there's going to be events in this one that I need to chime in on. So I'll check in a bit. It is Good Friday, so no work today. I've been reading a decent amount because I've been making, I don't know if you can see it down there, some focaccia bread. So while it's been rising, I've been reading. I'm about halfway through City of Heavenly Fire now. And so far things have been moving pretty slowly. I'm getting a little bit bored. It's a bit harder to push myself to read right now. But I'm sure it's going to pick up soon. It's the final book. From what I've heard, it starts slow, but the end really pays off. So I'm excited still to get through it. I might actually finish today. If not today, then tomorrow for sure. But yeah, that is where I am. I enjoy it for the most part. I think that Jace is so annoying. I'm never gonna like Jace. That's my confession to you. But I love that Brother Zachariah / Jem is like a big character in this one. He's just turned back into a human. That's where I am in the book. Yeah. Very doom and gloom, final battle, everything sucks, but that's to be expected for the last one in this series. I wish it was a bit lighter, there's some more fun stuff going on, but what can you do? Anyway, that is City of Heavenly Fire, my halfway through update. I'll give you another update once I've read some more. Hi everyone, I did it! I finished City of Heavenly Fire, which means I'm done the Mortal Instruments series. And I really liked it. I thought overall this book was really good. I thought this was a really good ending to this series. A great send-off to these characters. Of course, Simon's story is a little bit devastating. And so many side characters died. But that's kind of to be expected in a final battle sort of book. But I found it, for the most part, really satisfying. The only issue I really had with this book was the Emma stuff. I know that she's the main character of the next series, or the next trilogy, but I thought that so much of this book was all about her, and it didn't need to be. You could have cut all of it, and it really wouldn't have mattered. I'm glad that we kind of know who she is and who her friends are now going into the next series, but it didn't need to be here. This book was so long, and you could have cut 200 pages if you just focused on the characters that the series was already focusing on. But I liked it. Other than that, I love Jem coming back and becoming Jem again, even though we kind of knew that was going to happen because of the epilogue of Clockwork Princess. But I liked seeing how that all unfolded. I liked seeing Clary meet Tessa at the wedding at the end. Yeah, it was really good. And now I'm done. I'm halfway through everything. I'm really excited for the rest of these books. I really enjoyed the Mortal Instruments, but everyone says that the later series are much better, and I kind of agree. I had a lot of issues. You'll probably remember from the beginning of this video complaining about Cassandra Clare's writing. It's definitely improved as the series goes on, and I can't wait to see what she comes up with for some later books. But that being said, I think I'm going to end this video here. It needs to be a two-parter. There's just so many books left, and I know that this video is going to be really long. I'm halfway through. This is a good breaking point. I've already started reading Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy. I know I said that I was just going to read kind of the highlights, but I think I'm going to read them all. So that's going to be a whole other entry. I've read the first one so far, the Welcome to Shadowhunter Academy. It's a great setup. I'm excited to see more of Simon's story at the Shadowhunter Academy. Spoilers, but yeah, that's where we're going. Anyway, I think my goal is to finish all of the rest of the series this month. The first part, so this whole video you just watched, took me almost 2 months to film. Maybe even a little bit more than that. So hopefully it'll be quicker for part 2. But that being said, thanks for watching. If you have any suggestions of other series I could do reading vlogs like this, I really want to know. I have kind of a rough idea of some other books I want to vlog about, but I'd love to hear your suggestions. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in part 2.